Hey, 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 what's up, Sky?
What is going on? How are you?
Girl, so I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm here.
Look, I ran home to get here so I can be
Yeah.
on this podcast and be like on time and what have you. I probably got in the house about 15 minutes ago.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So I was like, let me jump on this laptop right quick and do this podcast.
That's the
Sending
life of the
messages
poly
out to
pimps.
everyone. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty I'm with it though. I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We are excited. Don't take it as like, oh, we don't want to do this anymore because we're the poly pimps. We're here to bring you pimping.
I
Well,
see
not the
Earl is
pimping.
here. Thank you, Earl,
Hey,
for
Earl.
tuning in.
We're pimping the
Yay.
poly.
Yes, the poly the
So
poly pimps are back.
yes.
So I was thinking about doing, I think you mentioned it before, but I like your little couch situation over there. And
Oh,
I think we should do it together over by you.
yes, absolutely. So you're gonna have to be off the next day so you can spend the night or something. So we can
That's
have a
fine.
long podcast. We'll have like a
Well,
special episode.
for me, I don't go to work till late.
Oh, okay. So that's
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't matter,
Yes.
but it's leaving work early.
Yes.
So we got Mel. What's going on? How
Hey,
you
Melly Mellow
doing?
Show. Hey, guys. Thank you.
Like,
That's Rudy's show because he has a show on Monday nights as well in the Haitian community where they talk
ah,
about events that they went to. So they pretty much criticize. It's not like necessarily negative. They just talk about how things went, what they think was great, what they think needs improvement, and stuff like that. So it's, that kind of show. And I've actually um, been on that show once to kind of talk about polyamory a little bit. So they want me to come over there, which is way over there. And, because it's during the week, it's a little bit challenging, but one day we're going to make it happen. And the poly pimps can be on the show with them,
yeah.
hopefully. Right, Woody? Hey, Earl. Hey, Noni. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Rudy. Ah, Rudy's back. I missed
I
you.
know the Haitian community is about to blow up talking about polyamory.
Girl, listen. I think
Y'all Caribbean men out there don't like this shit. This shit is not
actually hold up. They love it for themselves,
themselves.
you
That
know.
part.
They don't want their women to have
That
it.
part. That
Hey
part.
dude, hey dude. They don't want their women to have it. They just want it for themselves. So let's not say they don't like it.
Word.
They
So
like
if you
it.
hear
We just
anything in
have
the
to educate
background,
them better, right?
there's like always noise in my background. There seems to be like 30 or 40 motorcycles driving by my house.
We can't hear them,
You
so you're
can't?
good.
Oh, it's like it just took over.
We can't hear
not
them.
it's not the gunshots today. I mean the firecrackers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's like on fire today. Yes, Duke
Yeah,
said they love it for them, but not their partners. Selfish. Exactly. That's what we're talking about. But
it's not fair.
we are here because what we think is happening is the blockage, the cultural blockage. So we're here to answer their questions and put them at ease so they can be like comfortable with the idea of polyamory on both sides, not just on the man side, because after all, it's polyamory, not polygamy. So that's
Yeah,
what
we're
it
not
is.
we are not about that polygamous life. I mean, if you are into it and it's your lifestyle and stuff, I respect
Freedom
y'all.
for all. That's what we
but
promote.
polygamy comes from it's a different type of, it's a whole different level of not interested.
Hey D, good to see you guys. I'm so excited everybody's here. So I guess everybody's excited about the topic tonight. How much energy does it take for multiple relationships? Now, I want to say before we dive into the topic itself, why don't we define what relationships are? Because I feel like everybody define relationships differently, right? Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Uh, oh,
That's
June, you already saying I don't think I will have the energy though. That's why we're here tonight to talk
yeah,
about
June.
this.
I have some thoughts on where you're coming from already. So,
So,
oh, I'm so happy Maritza is here.
hey,
You don't even know how I was like, I wish Maritza would turn in my mind. Tune in. Thank you. All the
Maritza.
way from Philly. Philly
Oh my
representing.
God, I am on fire. As you can see, guys, we got all done up for you tonight because we're so excited. It's been a couple weeks. We've missed you guys. We would love to go back to doing it on a weekly basis, but right now, right at this moment, both of us are burning the candles on both ends,
Yeah, it's
and
too much.
we have to take care of ourselves too and our families. So we're trying to balance because as much as we like to pimp out the poly out there, we also have to keep a balance in our normal lives. But we promise we're gonna try and see how we can go back to working the podcast every week. But you know what? With your support and sponsorship and all that stuff, maybe we can make it happen. Hey
Yeah,
Lee,
we're gonna
welcome,
get more. We're
welcome.
gonna get more organized. We are actually in the process of writing a book
Yeah,
about.
so we put it out there, huh?
Yeah, because if we put it out there, then we have to speak it into existence, and we got to make it happen. So it's just gonna, if we say it, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
And we have somebody on our case who's not letting us slip up at all. It's Coach Betty Fortuna from Fortunately Farm. And we are supposed to finish this book and publish it by the end of this year,
it'll
2023.
happen.
So
It'll
we
happen.
have a lot to make happen, but it's going to happen because we want this book to come to you guys so you can read our experiences and see polyamory. Of course, you are listening to the podcast, but we also want you to read our personal experiences because whatever we talk about here, some of it will be on there, but the book is a whole different ball game. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. We have a lot
Yeah.
of projects going on. So
Yep. So we are the Poly Pimps. We representing the Caribbean woman.
yes,
Both Mitu and I, for those who don't know, Mitu
yes,
represents the Haitian community.
yeah, yeah,
Can you say it
man.
in French?
Communauté
Community.
haïtienne.
And I represent the Virgin Islands man. And I also represent Puerto Rico because that's my acquired home.
All right. Hey,
So
Spellman.
yes. And in general, just the thought and the mentality of Caribbean culture is just going to be something that it's where we come from, right? I
Mhm.
definitely have conversations with my male friends who say they love Caribbean women because Caribbean women cater to men in a better way than American women. And I agree. I
I've
do
heard a
agree.
lot of that. I've
Yeah,
heard a lot
I
of
agree.
even Black Americans say that too. And if you can see a lot of the white men too, they love the Caribbean women. I mean, everybody loves us.
Yeah.
We're
Especially when
wonderful.
you're wearing a top like that, me
Exactly.
too. Especially when
I
the
was feeling
especially when the
very,
girls are out.
yes, I'm feeling very exotic and erotic and sensual and sexual and sexy tonight.
I'm
I'm
gonna
the
have to get
Haitian
me one of
hottie
those
after all.
those girls tops. I don't know if I could go out in that. They might arrest me.
I don't go out in this. And this
They
is
might
why
arrest
my peace,
my ass with that kind of shirt on.
this is why my peace guy is over here to keep them in check.
Plenty.
I'm giving you guys all my little secrets. Yes.
How about a movie or that just to explain the idea more? I think that is definitely something. I don't know about a whole movie, but hey, writing into something like that would be definitely something I would be open to. But um, I think from what me too, and I have like talked about and stuff, like this needs to be normalized. We're never gonna polyamory. I won't say never. Polyamory may never achieve the status of monogamy. However,
I'm
it
not
is
losing hope.
like when you rationalize it, right? When you rationalize it, it makes a lot of sense.
It
It
does
does.
make a lot of sense.
Not
And
to mention the fact that most monogamous couples, not most, I won't say most, perish the thought. a lot of monogamous couples struggle with non-monogamous issues
Right.
like cheating
Well, okay,
or
so why don't we get into this topic, because I feel like we're already diving into it without
I mean we're
diving
here.
into it.
Let's do it.
Let's go back from the beginning, and then eventually it's gonna kind of flow into it. Oh, Kevin said, me too. Do I need to come up here?
I
I
don't know
don't
what
know,
he means.
Kevin.
I don't
What do
know
you
what he
think?
means by come up here, but what I'm going to do, because I'm sure he means something different than what I'm thinking, but what I'm going
I
to do,
don't know. What do you
I'm
think,
going to
Kevin? Should
post the
you?
link for anybody who wants to pop into the circle. And if you are man or woman enough to
Yes.
come up here on the platform and
Come on
have a
through.
real talk and be here, you could be in the chat and do your little chat. You have folks who won't say anything and just, we see that you're here. We don't know who you are. We just know how many people are here. So we're going to have your anonymous folks. You're going to have your folks who are going to be like, oh yeah, I want to make a comment. And then you're going to have the gangsters who want to click the link and jump in with us. Last time we had like 6 or 7 people up in here. So
Yes.
if you want to be in the
In the
conversation,
show.
which Kevin, that's what I'm feeling. I don't know if that's what you meant.
I
That's what
don't know. I think you're trying to play the innocent side, Sky.
Always.
But
I always do.
we're always ready for whatever. So bring it on.
Kevin, jump in the pool on the deep
Yes.
end. All right. So how are we starting this shit show off? Because
All right. So I think I would like for us to talk about relationships. What is a relationship to you? Because everybody thinks of a relationship differently. Like for me, I consider everything a relationship, right? So we're gonna have to categorize a relationship, what kind of relationship it is to me. Because a friendship is a relationship,
absolutely.
right? And we have romantic relationships, we have sexual relationships, we have work relationships.
Yep.
We have all kinds of relationships. But in this instance tonight, we are talking about romantic and maybe sexual relationships.
Loving. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All of that.
Anybody? Yes. So, um, so
Intimate. Dune.
intimate relationships,
This person
sexual,
here needs to be
romantic.
up in the platform. Dune, thank you.
Thank
Intimate
you.
relationships.
Thank you, Doom. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So you go ahead, Sky.
Okay, what is a relationship to me? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I am thinking that a relationship, an intimate, I'm going to go with Dune. An intimate relationship is any relationship that I have where I can be vulnerable to the person, where I can reveal my inner circle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about stuff I could talk to my girlfriends about, some things I could talk to my boyfriends about. They know me in a I would say the non-professional way, because at work you're going to kind of put on a certain
A different
way. You're going to put on a
person.
certain like coat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You wear a different hat.
I wear a different hat, right? But the intimate relationships know me a little deeper. They know my sassiness, they know my jokes. And so those are intimate. So I have intimate relationships with girlfriends. That's what I would consider an intimate relationship. I'm not talking sexually. I'm just talking like there's an intimate meaning, like the inner circle of my in-house inner life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's great. Hey Grady, hey Caleb. Everybody's on tonight.
Okay, y'all can answer in the chat since y'all are chatty in the chat. What is a relationship to you? Or pop in the link.
Yes.
I posted it.
Pop in, let us know what you think.
Tell me,
and
because
then
I don't have all the answers.
you can type it.
I'm the last
So fundamentals of I feel like healthy relationship, right? I feel like definitely open communication. I need to feel secure in my relationship to be able to come to you with whatever's going on.
That's being vulnerable.
Well, that like as far as communication goes,
Mhm.
right? So then I that part bleeds into being vulnerable,
Yep.
right? Because I know, okay, I can talk to him about it. He may not agree with me, but I can be my authentic self. I can be me, say what I think, say how I feel. He may not agree with everything I say or every way I feel, he or she. I'm just speaking in this instance about a man because I'm a woman, talking about heterosexual relationships, right? He may not agree with everything, but he's here to listen, making me feel like I have the space, I have the room for it. Then I feel like that bleeds into transparency. If you
Mhm.
leave me the room to be vulnerable, then I can be fully transparent
Yes.
with you,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Because I know no matter what, even if you don't agree with me, you're not going to turn around and use that, my vulnerability, my vulnerable moments, my, I don't want to call it secret, but what I trusted you with, something I told you in confidence, or all that, you're not going to turn back and use it when we're arguing, or when I'm at my lowest, or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So I feel like those three, they go hand in hand. And then of course with that comes compassion. But I feel like that's like a sub of the rest of it. But open communication, vulnerability, and transparency. Because if I don't feel like I can be vulnerable with you, guess what? I'm gonna withhold a lot of information. Because if I know you're gonna judge, it's not even the judgment, but yes, if I know you're gonna judge me and use what I tell you against me, I'm never going to tell you fully how I feel
That.
or what I'm thinking. So we're never going to have that full transparency. I may be transparent in some areas, but certain things I'm always going to keep to myself because I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people set traps for their partners. They tell them, "You can tell me anything. You can tell me how you feel." But then
Uh-oh.
by the time the person does that, then they're like, oh, shame on you. What kind of person does that? What kind of person thinks that way? All that stuff. Okay, Fuzzy's joining us, and that's Kevin. Um, so yes. Hey Kevin.
I think his
He's
mic is
muted.
muted. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh
Hey
hey,
there. What's
Actually,
hello,
going
sir.
on?
I was actually trying to chat with you, but I am at work, so you'll hear some background noise, and I
Okay.
apologize for that. But
But we are
I,
excited that you even took the time from work. Don't get fired now.
Hello. Ha!
nobody's getting fired here.
Because the show can't pay for you yet.
I like the word yet.
Yes.
Go for it. Go for it. You two are you're doing the damn thing. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you. We appreciate
Thank
you. We
you.
appreciate your support. And thank you for always coming on the show and always supporting us. We
We're
appreciate
trying
it.
to
Always.
take this on the road.
Hey, that sounds like fun.
Yes.
Sounds like
Yes.
a lot of fun.
So, do you have something to say about since you came on early, we might as well ask you, what do you think? Do you have energy for multiple relationships and what does that mean to you?
Well, I sure hope I do because I have multiple relationships. One
Oh,
with
word.
Oh,
Do
you're a pimp
tell. Do
too, huh?
tell. Do tell.
I don't know about all the pimp stuff, but I know.
Well, we are pimps here.
Oh,
Pimpin' ain't
I know y'all are poly pimps. I know that. And pimping ain't easy. That's for
pimpin'
Pimping
ain't
sure.
it
easy.
is.
It ain't
So
easy.
it's hard out here
Mhm.
for a pimp.
That's right. But I managed to find energy when I need it, and I think me too can attest to that. I'm a
Oh shit. Things are
very
getting
busy
serious here.
very busy
What are you
man.
saying, Mr. Fuzzy?
Well,
What is going on?
Mr. Fuzzy has energy for the polyhation and has
Community?
energy for his other lives in his life.
So
But
how many partners are we talking here? What's the deal? Like, tell the
oh,
truth.
what's the
We want
deal?
to know the
Well,
church.
actually, to be honest with you, I'm only I've got one partner and one nesting partner right now.
One nesting partner. Okay, you're gonna have to speak in English for the people who don't understand
So
polyamory talk.
so let me clarify what nesting partner is, and it shouldn't be too hard if you think about what a nest is. That is your home. So I have a partner at home, a life partner that I actually share children with, and
Okay.
I also have a partner that lives in the great state of Georgia, around a beautiful lake that I love to visit. And at one point I had more than that, and right now that's where I'm at the moment.
Word. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay. So that means you got the energy.
I make time. I make the energy.
You make the energy.
I make it happen when I can.
All
Okay.
right,
That's,
Fuzzy. Thank you. We appreciate that.
you're welcome. You're welcome. And
Press the number 1 in the comments if you are not poly and are interested in being poly.
Look at you challenging the people here.
Yeah, I just want to know what's going on in the minds.
I think
of the
Fuzzy's
people.
gonna put 10.
David is saying, what is y'all's type of poly? What are poly? Oh, I guess he wants to know, what are the poly pimps type of poly?
Oh, hold on. I think you're at the bottom of we have some other questions up top.
Oh,
So
we
we
got
probably should stop
questions.
on top if we're gonna answer questions.
Okay.
We have not said much yet, but let's go
We
back.
got one person is open to learning how to be poly and wants to know poly. I think there's more than that. I'm sure there's more than that.
Okay.
But some
We
people
have-
are already, if you're already poly and you're just supporting and you're just down with this lifestyle and you just love the abundance of multiple loves, put a 2 in the comments.
Yes. Maritza, trust, no judgment, and yes, open communication. Totally agree, Maritza. Then we have Dune. Dune said, intimate relationships are those that include deeper connections and are more personal than others. 100%. What do you think, Sky?
I agree.
Okay. Now we have Rudy. We've missed your questions, Rudy. Can you be in a sexual relationship without being in a romantic reality? Absolutely 100% yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
And
I have those relationships.
The opposite is also true.
Yes.
You can be in a romantic relationship
without the sexual part of it.
Boom.
Yes. Absolutely 100.
If you don't agree with that, put a 0 in the comments.
If you what?
If you don't agree. I know people have said, hell no, Sky, that's not true. What the hell are you talking about?
I know. Listening is great.
Lola.
Caleb. Yes, absolutely. Lola, adios míos. Oh, why? Okay, I love poly lifestyle. Just can't find a partner in agreement. They're all out there. They're all out there, Lola.
Welcome to the club, Lola. Not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, what can I say?
It's not easy.
But what is easy anyway? Nothing is easy. No relationships, no fight. Now, I do agree, Lola, because some people, now let's be honest, a lot of people, I had a conversation earlier with a friend. A lot of people want to live the polyamorous life, but they are terrified of the stigma, the judgment that comes with it.
I think differently, actually. I think there are a lot of people who want to be, and I just said this earlier. I think there are a lot of people who in their mind want to be non-monogamous. Like they want to have the freedom to just be with other people. But polyamory is next level. Polyamory is communication. Polyamory is honesty. Polyamory is telling your partner, hey, I'm going out with such and such tonight. I'll see you later. I'll call you later, or what have you. Folks don't really want to face that level of honesty and in your face, I'm seeing somebody else. So yeah, people want to be non-monogamous. People really want to be non-monogamous. I mean, especially guys. I talk to guys. They're like, "Oh yeah, I would love to have like a couple girls," and you know that's what single life really is. You know, like I can kind of like date a few people, but come and say, let's create a commitment and be about this life and talk about it. And when you meet a new partner and y'all get really tight, bring her over here so I can meet her. Yeah, that's when it gets a little like, oh shit, this is real shit. Like they start swallowing and be like, oh no, yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, I was not ready for that.
I'm
And
not
I
ready
mean,
for that.
nothing wrong with it. Take your time, do the work that it requires to be into it.
Yeah,
Just, you
that's
know,
the part.
don't do the
That's the work.
fuckery, basically.
And I find that when those people like Mr. Fuzzy and others, especially men, well, women, it's just two different paradigms, right? But when a whole man could say, see you later, honey, while his
Have
woman
fun.
have fun, goes out on a date with another man and like raises fist like, all right, got, you know, make sure she's good. You know what I'm saying? When a whole man could be that strong and say goodbye and know that the other man that she is in her life is probably going to be on top of her, then that is a special evolved man. He has done the work. He has done some work.
Yes.
For real.
I had two of my partners
Oh
just
snap
high
moment.
five each other. Huh?
Someone says, "Oh snap!" Oh, like they're like, "Oh shit."
I had two partners high fived each other over me, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But it was also a flex. It was like, "Oh, this is amazing," because you know everybody gets along, and they just, hey, you know, we're doing a good job at taking care of her, and that's it. So it was great. We have Dune. Okay, yes, Maritza. Not everyone is down. Yeah, like, and some people are half down. So
They're
we
not
have,
up. They're not down.
yeah, right. Dune said, can poly be one-sided, meaning one partner has a poly lifestyle, yet the other one is monogamous? Yes, absolutely. You have monopoly relationships, because somebody truly may not be interested in seeing other people or just even engaging with anybody else, whether it's the man or the woman. Most of the time, it's the woman that's like, I'm good, but you can be who you are. You can have other relationships. Excuse me. I find sometimes um, there's a lot of rules in those kind of relationships. But yes, you don't have to be polyamorous just because your partner is polyamorous. If you're not interested in dating anybody else or even not wanting anybody else, you don't have to. But you're not putting restriction on your partner either, as far as what they can do and how they should live their life, where to find their happiness, how to find their happiness, you know?
Absolutely.
So that's
I
the
could speak
key.
to myself, my situation, energetically. When we talk about energy,
Mhm.
I don't have the energy literally to have multiple relationships at this time. In my mind, I would like to, but I don't really know how to, considering that I don't have the time, you know?
That means
I
you
really
are
don't.
at a saturation level right now.
I'm at saturation with my own self.
Right.
I
Exactly.
don't even
And
have
that's
time.
fine.
I don't have time for me.
Because when we
And
talk about saturation, a lot of people think, oh, so you must have 10 people. No, I can have just one person or zero,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't
So
have the
a friend
time
of
for
mine,
anybody else.
one of my poly friends said, "Oh, then you're not polyamorous. You're not poly then." And I was like, "No, I don't really look
Now,
at that way because
poly
I
is
think
not something you do, is who you are.
who
So
you are."
whether you have
Right.
zero partners or a million, you are still poly. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah, so I'm poly. I mean, I think polyamorously. I look at people and love through the lens of being polyamorous for many, many, many years. But energetically, I can't juggle I can't probably juggle more than one relationship, to be honest, right now. I mean, I think work is killing me, and I just like to sleep.
Hey, and
Yo,
it's fine.
on my days off, I just don't even want to like, I get called for dates and stuff, and I be canceling, and I'm just like, I'm so tired. I just can't even. So,
Sometimes I can function on 5 hours of sleep, and other times I need seven. So I don't have the same energy. At one time, I had five partners. Now, people are going to be like, how can you have five partners? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, each one of the relationships were a different kind of relationships, right?
right.
But at the moment, I don't have the energy for that. So that's not existent anymore. I only have two partners now. And it's just that's all I can do with everything that's going on in my life and around me. And that's all I can offer. Because I always tell people, if I'm with somebody, I don't want you to feel like a second thought. You will
Right.
never feel that way. You need to feel like you're the only one,
Right.
So if you start feeling like, oh, she may have
Doesn't
too
have
much
enough
on her
time for
plate,
me.
yeah,
Mhm.
then it's time to downsize, because
That's
it's not
right.
fair to you, it's not fair to me, it's not fair to anybody.
Right.
So we reach saturation, for different reasons. It's not necessarily because you have a lot of people in your life, it's just things may be different, moving differently in your life.
Yeah, and
um
that's why I have entertained like monogamous guys, but then they get that possessive bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not, just because I'm not seeing anybody else doesn't mean I'm monogamous. Like I still look.
right,
Number
exactly.
one, but also like I'm not into that fairy tale, you are the only one for me, blah blah blah, that same old song. I don't want to, I ain't singing that song. You know what I'm saying?
Right, the right connection hasn't come along, basically.
Not even the right connection. I'm just saying, like, I make connections every day. Like, I have people who are fulfilling me, my life, just in the way we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the way I view the world. Like, I, I mean, there's going to be people who are going to be in the outer circle, but I have several people in the inner circle. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
they're not necessarily partners.
right.
They're just in my inner circle. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They're
Um,
important, and I need them. So
yeah. Maritza said, in a poly relationship, oh, let me put it on screen. In a poly relationship, have you seen opposition to wearing condoms for the men? Oh, we're going deep into these questions. All
let's
right,
get
Maritza.
into it. Let's
um,
get into it.
personally, I've never come across that. Um,
I
and
don't know if
honestly,
that has to do with. I don't know if that's to do with poly or
yeah, it's not
that's
poly
not a poly
necessarily.
question. That's
It's
just
a
an
people thing.
that's an anybody question.
Yeah, because I know many friends, guy friends, who are strictly like, no, I'm not using a condom. And I'm like, but why not? Well, I just don't like it. Or it doesn't feel the same, or blah blah blah. And those same people are the people who don't even get tested. And I'm like, so you're just out here putting your meat into anything and everything. And also, by you doing that, you are also exposing whoever it is. But also, that's another thing. That one time I saw this little video of this girl who was just like losing her mind over, oh my God, this guy gave me herpes and blah blah blah. And I'm like, girl, get out of here. Like, what did you do to prevent that from happening? Like, why are you blaming this guy? Oh, he knew what he had. He should have told me. First of all, I'm not going to be the devil's advocate. Maybe he didn't even know he had it because he's never gotten tested. Just like you didn't ask him to go get tested before you engaged with him. You did not protect yourself by not making him wear a condom or by you not wearing a condom, because there's women condom, there's men's women condom, there's all kinds of stuff out there. You didn't
Yep.
get tested, you didn't wear protection, and now you're gonna come on
And it
social
wasn't
media.
important enough to you to that's your body. So yeah.
Exactly. It's like
I feel the
you
same way
take
about
you take
I
no
feel the same way about
responsibility.
women blaming men for getting pregnant. I'm like, you
Right.
dummy, you're so dumb.
You take no accountability in what just happened. It was half
Right.
and
It's
half.
not the man's fault. Like that's your body. Like you
Exactly.
protect you.
I'm like, I'm
Stupid.
sorry, what? You want us to slam this guy for giving you what? Like,
Right. You allowed
nobody
the shit to
cares
happen.
because you are responsible for your own health. Nobody else is. Just like you are responsible for your own salvation, right? You don't tell somebody else, oh, I'm not going to heaven because of you. No, you need to do the work for yourself. It's the same thing with your health. You have to protect yourself. You have to do whatever you need to do. And 90% out there probably don't even get tested before they engage with anybody. So, like, they don't even ever talk about testing. Most people are even afraid to get tested. So they just
Yeah,
let it slide. The
that's not
second
good.
that the guy said, "Would you like to be my girlfriend?" They're like, "Sure." All right, let's throw the condom away. Okay.
No,
So I'm
that's not
sorry.
healthy.
No. But anyway, where were we?
I don't know. We
Oh,
went down a
well,
dark
I
road.
know Marissa's question. She was like, oppositions. It's not a poly thing, it's a people thing. So whatever you feel like is right for you, that's what you should do. I can't tell you what to do. I do what's right for me, what I feel like I need to do in my life to take charge of my sexual health and everything. And you should do the same. It's personal to each and every person.
Absolutely.
Just call me out. Why don't you?
I'm trying to figure out what he was talking about at that point.
I don't.
I don't
I
know what
don't.
we were
Yeah.
talking. David, what were we talking about when you say just call me out? Why don't you?
Yeah. And then he said, "Yes, I know of a few couples like this, and mostly the women are poly and men is monogamous." Really?
Oh,
I always feel like it's the opposite.
pretty much.
Yeah, this
Pretty much.
is wild. Fucking and I don't know what that is. With great relationships, communication rule.
Yep. That.
I'm definitely poly mentally. Hey, Lola. All right. Well, maybe you can start practicing it. Take your time, but remember to do the work before you jump into something like that. It's a
Yeah.
lot of
And doing
work.
the work is literally could take years.
Hmm.
It could probably take years to like really, I'm not going to even use the word master, but probably more so get it, because we live in a society where everything we see and everything around us focuses on a monogamous relationship. Everything from getting tax breaks in marriages, getting, friggin' Disneyland, all that shit is based on monogamy. So then you come around the corner and you're like, hey, y'all, I want to have multiple partners. Most of the world doesn't, they don't get it. They don't understand it. They think it's wrong. I mean, it's like blasphemous. Like it's like sacrilegious. There's just like a whole lot of stuff that comes with it. So finding people who agree to love this way is definitely more than a notion, and that's why I talk about I'm okay with dating monogamous men. This is the part is there's so very few poly people, one especially here in Atlanta. I've been to a couple poly parties and every motherfucker's been with everybody. Like I'm just like, that is so disgusting to me. I do not want to date every friggin' body who's been dated already. Like give me some new fresh people to talk to. Like I went to a party and one guy was like, "Oh yeah, I was with her, that that guy's his wife, yeah, her." And he was like pounding up with the other guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, I dated his wife and all this stuff." And I was just like, "I guess
Get
that's
out there,
cool.
sir. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
no
guess that's
judgment.
okay."
Because,
It's
people
not
are just,
judgment. It's like that circle is too small. You know
well,
what I mean?
yeah. Obviously, you
Yeah.
have to expand
I
your
don't.
circle. I
You
mean,
go
we're
in.
already put our pool very small by
Yeah,
reducing
you
it to just poly people, right?
Halloween is coming up this week, this month. Have you
Yes.
been to any of those events?
No, I haven't, and I can't go this year because I got stuff going on. First of all, Third Thursday is not a thing for me because I'm a mama. I got my children at home. Then we have the Friday stuff. I don't remember why I can't do the Friday. And then Saturday, I also have a show of my own, so I can't go to their actual Polywin. And then Sunday morning, they have a brunch, but I'm working because I work Sundays. So,
I go on, I have not gone to the actual Halloween, the dress up thing, but I've gone to the third Thursdays. I like it. I was really happy about it. And but once again, the circle is small, everyone dates everyone, and I am not in I don't want to date nobody that everyone's dating. Like that's not attractive to me at all. I don't know why. So like, so in the gist of it, you do want to meet people who are interested. I know a lot of people like say, I don't want to date anyone new to polyamory and stuff like that. Okay, well go date the same motherfuckers that everyone else has been dating. So go be with them. You know what I'm saying? That's what your options are.
well,
So
I mean, honestly, I don't want to date a newbie.
I don't
I
really
want to date a new
either.
person, but I don't want to date a newbie.
I don't either, but the truth is I don't want to date like someone who's been with 5 people I already know.
But
That's
in our circle,
not a
a
thing for
lot of
me.
times it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I hate that. I
So
mean, that's how we know each other.
I know, right?
For those who don't know, me too are with the same guy.
Yes. So Caleb
He's
said,
like
if a
that.
monogamous guy knows you like to play, he shouldn't trip. Caleb, this is not just about playing, sir. Yeah, serious about this. No,
Well,
I mean,
that's
it's
how
not
some
just
people
about play. It
consider
could
it.
be just, you like to play, you like to be out there dating people, but at the same time, you could just be searching for your relationships, your people. So, and yes, you're right. He should not trip. If he agreed to get into a relationship with you as a poly person, he should not trip when you start dating. So the key word is consent. I'm consenting to this as an adult, as a grown adult. I'm okay with you dating other people, even if I'm not. That's something that I'm choosing to do, not something that you're making me do or forcing me into. Consent is the key word.
What is
Um,
that? What is that? What are you talking about?
uh, David was saying if a monogamous Caleb, I'm sorry, if a monogamous guy knows you like to play, he shouldn't trip. That was his comment.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
all play though?
That's what I'm saying. Like some people are just looking for their relationships. But yes, he should not trip as long as he is consenting to being with a poly person. He knows what's coming, basically.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Caleb. What if it's not about playing? What if it's like real romance?
Mm-hmm.
What about people are falling in love?
Mm-hmm.
Then what? What happens then?
Right. So
Hmm.
and we have Lola. Lola said spreading their STDs. Yes, people, but again, we can't put the blame on the other person. We have to look at ourselves. What am I doing to prevent that from happening to me? I'm responsible for myself. What am I doing? If that's asking the other person to get tested, then that's what you have to do. But a lot of times people are afraid to bring up those conversations because they are difficult conversations. They are uncomfortable conversations. But guess what? Those are conversations you need to have. So yeah, we can't put the blame on other people. We have to take accountability for our part in everything. I would
Hmm.
call that personal safety. Yes, Makandal. Yes. Them that if my husband, you're not reading anything like that. I'll let you read.
Oh,
Read
where are
Maritza's
you?
comment.
Okay,
We're on
so this
here.
is a thought that I had with Maritza's comment. I read it.
Them
She
that
said,
if my husband and I
damn
become
that, if my husband and I become polyamorous, he will wear a condom just like any man I may indulge with.
and if that's what you guys are
So,
choosing, yeah.
well, my whole thing is you hope you hope he will wear a condom. That's the first thing, because you don't know what he's doing with somebody else. That's number one. That's just the real truth.
Yeah.
Second of all, what I'm hearing without it being said is rules, right? So
Right.
all of a sudden I'm like, okay, so you're married and you and your husband are like, well, let's try this thing. So here's some of the thoughts that just blew up in my head, right?
Mhm.
The first thing is, if you're already married monogamously and you and your husband are deciding to like open your relationship up and become polyamorous, to me, what I have seen for folks who have done it successfully is to really honestly like take a course. Kenya K. Stevens has a course, and check out what's the poly couple next door.
Yes, Raheem and
Check out their stuff on
Nikki Bay.
YouTube. They actually took the course and stuff like that, and they learned how to transition their marriage from monogamous to polyamorous, because it is not easy. You know, it's never going to be easy like for a person to transition, but for a
It's
couple
a lot of unlearning that needs to happen,
unlearning.
and nobody wants to do that. And it's hard. I mean, I'm still unlearning a lot of the stuff that I grew up
Yes.
with. A lot of the stuff that they taught me, I'm still unlearning. And people think, "Oh, you've been polyamorous forever. You don't have challenges." Yes, a lot of challenges come up,
But
because
this
that's a continuous thing.
got it. And the thing that I really, really love about Kenya K. Stevens, her stuff is under, what is it, under like Juju Mama
No,
or
it is
Progressive Love Academy?
yes.
Progressive Love Academy. Look up Progressive Love Academy. It used to be Juju Mama, but I think they've changed it over. But anyway, I've been following her for like 15 years, to be honest. Progressive Love Academy. What I really love about her platform is she talks about saving marriages, right? And a lot of times, people make vows to stay married till death do us part. They say in sickness and in health, in rich or poor, and in good times and bad times. And everyone knows that the bad times get so bad, people they out, they're gone, right?
Right.
And she helps couples transition into polyamory who really, really, really want to. And not because the relationship is bad, but remember, people have been together for so many years, they become different people. So you're like living with and you're involved with like a whole nother person. However, you still have goals, you still have love for each other, you still have your family to raise, etc. And I don't think transitioning, it's just like when you get like couples therapy, but a regular couples therapist doesn't have the skills to teach and to guide couples into a polyamorous relationship. So if that is something that you and your husband are open to doing, I definitely recommend you looking into that information, because if you look at some of her stuff on YouTube, and I have looked at anything she has posted and put, I have seen all of it. And what I love, what she says is, a lot of couples, a lot of children are at home alone with latchkey kids because of divorced families, and you got one parent over here and one parent over there, and her first husband still live together. Her children are grown and gone out. They're already gone out the house, college, what have you. And her second husband, who she recently married, lives with them. And then her first husband, married another woman, and they're all there to support one another, and they all have communication things. I mean, I'm not saying this is something you have to do. All I'm saying is she's done the work. And for folks who are really dedicated to loving abundantly, I would recommend you looking at her information, because she and her husband, what's his name, Carl,
Yeah.
and what's the other husband,
Tiger.
Tiger, they do the work. They put it in, they learn community. She wrote a book that I actually am going to order. I didn't order it yet, but it's about how to communicate, how to
Oh, you mean this book right
oh, you
here?
have it? What is it called?
Up
Up
level.
level communication. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. And it's just how to communicate better. I saw her thing about it, like one of like she was on a podcast. Oh my god, if we can get her on here, I would be in heaven. I'm gonna have to write her again. Um, but yeah, she talks about because a lot of problems that people have in any type of relationship is how to communicate with each other, and they've mastered it. So check
Exactly.
that
Back
out.
to the energy. So one thing that people always say to me, especially the women, they're like, "Oh, I can't do this. I don't have the energy." Just like Dune earlier said, "I know I already don't have the energy."
I don't
Right?
either.
But so here's the thing. And this morning too, I saw this video, and I was just like, "What kind of fuckery is this?" So basically, the guy was saying like, "Oh, there needs to be friction, there needs to be tension, there needs to be this and that." I'm like, sir, relationships don't have to be hard. Love doesn't have to hurt. Love doesn't have to make you struggle. I'm not at the age where I want to be uncomfortable. So if there's friction, if there's a lot of tension all the time, if we're butt heading all the time, guess what? We are not compatible. Exit left and right. That's it. Like I'm not doing this. I'm not saying there should be no challenges. It's just
We are not
no,
doing
not like
this.
that. So and that's why most people say I don't have the energy. I have only one and I can barely. But most of the time it's because there's no communication. They don't know how to communicate with each other. Because I know I was in that space at one time, excuse me, where I basically just shut down because when I tried to communicate, it wasn't received well, or there was honestly no two-way communication, right? So at one point, it was like, all right, I'm just going to let everything slide. So at that point, I could say, I don't have the energy for another one like this because it's too much work. I get it. But in a healthy relationship, you won't feel like that. You won't feel like it's work like that. There's not going to be that friction, that tension that's constantly there. The fear of, oh my God, what's he going to say? What's he going to do? Is he going to be mad because I say this, because I say that? I can honestly say that I no longer am afraid of speaking up, telling what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. I'm not afraid of a fight because I was used to that for so long. It's like, oh my God, I don't know how he's going to react if I bring this up. So it's always like a risk taking. And 9 times out of 10, it always ends up in a fight. I don't live in that space anymore. I know I can go to any of my partners and just talk about whatever I need to talk about. Now it may still be an uncomfortable conversation at the time, but I'm not afraid that they're gonna lash out, that they're gonna be mad that I even bring this up. I'm not afraid that they're gonna shame me for whatever I try to talk about, whatever it may be, whether they agree or not. I'm not afraid of a fight because there is no fight. We have open communication whether we are in agreement or not. So that's what I enjoy about where I am in life right now.
Mm,
So that's why I'm like, a lot of people say they don't have the energy because there's no healthy communication in their
mm.
relationship. That's why you feel like you don't have the energy
True,
sometimes.
true. And I mean, yeah, I like planning. I like planning. I like to know what I'm doing. I had one friend was like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? I know you're off." Motherfucker, I ain't
Just
ready.
because I'm off doesn't mean that I'm free.
Yeah.
I
And I'm
saw
just
something
like,
like
wait a
that
minute.
today.
You
Just
know
because
what
I have
days I'm
free
off.
time.
So you plan next week. Friday, I want to take you out. Boom. I will make plans for that. Don't roll. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Don't just be like, oh, what do you like? You ain't got nothing else to do today, so I'm gonna call you and see what's going on. No,
Right.
even if I stay home, watch TV, I don't want no one calling me on the day of. That is not a thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Because
That
I mean
is
that's time that
that's
you're
trash
taking for
planning.
yourself. Yeah. So David says facts. I like to get tested every 90 days and with each new partner. Oh, correct. And I want to say a lot of
Although,
poly people, I don't want to say just poly, but probably a lot of monogamous people should follow that. I know I get tested every quarter at least. And like David said, with each and every new partner, okay. And people always think, oh, so you just out there you're not using protection. Just because I get tested doesn't mean that I'm not going to use protection. I mean, if that's the agreement that I have with the person, then that's what it is. There's a reason why we're going to have that agreement. But also, we get tested just so we both know, what are we bringing, what are we not bringing, right? Oh, is this person considered a person that I feel comfortable engaging with sexually or not? And then that person cannot put any blame on you later on if something were to happen and be like, oh, you gave it to me. Everybody's questioning the other person. You don't have that kind of stuff. So you more like, you be open about everything. Everything's on the table. Whatever is not, you just talk about it. So
Right.
exactly. And I think whether you are in a monogamous relationship or non-monogamous relationship, you should get tested. Now, I'm not standing on a pedestal saying that I always did that. I didn't do that until I became non-monogamous, because that's not something that's really encouraged in a monogamous setting. Oh, people don't get tested like that. At least they don't tell you that that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
So you just
And
enter
it's
in a
really, isn't it like
relationship.
free? Like,
Hmm?
isn't it free when you just go to your doctor and just say, I want to get,
I'm not sure.
I know it
I
was for
just use
me.
a website, honestly, and it's
So,
easy. It has a list of things that you get tested for, and it's quick and
I
easy. I
mean,
can go the same day. I don't have to make an appointment.
yeah, when I went to my doctor, I just was like, yeah, I want to get some, I want
Yeah,
to test my.
but
He just
also
was
at
like, okay, go in there.
the doctor's office, they only do a certain amount of things. Like they don't necessarily do a full panel. So, and sometimes even certain things you may ask for them and they still don't do it. So you have to be very specific at the doctor's office, because there are certain things they don't want to bother with.
Oh, okay,
So that's
that's good
why
information.
that's why I typically I go online to std.com, stdcheck.com or something like that. And then you just buy whatever package you want to buy. The
Oh,
basic package is like a 10 test. It includes gonorrhea, syphilis, HIV, HSV, herpes, just like everybody knows it. I mean, it's a bunch of stuff, and then you go get tested for it, and I don't feel like it's expensive. It's like $139 for that package. You don't have to make an appointment. You go to any clinic that they are affiliated with, which is usually those Quest Diagnostics and all of those places. You just go there the same day, you get your test, and within 24 to 48 hours you start getting your results. And typically by 48 hours you get your whole panel result, and that's pretty much it. Easy peasy.
that's nice. I definitely get that free at my doctor. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna check to see what I'm missing, because that's a good point you just made.
Yeah, because every test is not equal. Every test is different. You have, some people, they're okay with just 4 different tests. Some people want 20. So
Got it.
it depends on, what you're requesting of your partner to
All the
do.
important ones.
And nobody should have an issue with you asking, you know, um, for them to get tested for this and that. If I ask somebody to get tested and they have an issue with that, well, guess what? We ain't gonna do anything, because why do you not want to get tested? I don't
Right,
trust you at this point.
right, right.
So yeah, back to the energy stuff.
Back to
Oh,
the
sorry. I think we have some
energy.
comments here. A man who doesn't mind having a woman that is sexual and dating others. David, I'm not sure what that is. Monopoly, interesting. Yes, Lee. It's not easy, but it happens. And I know, Sky, you've had a couple of those, right?
Let me tell me how couple of what?
Monopoly relationships.
Trash.
When I told you it was trash, you were like, "No, it's cool."
It's trash.
I'm
It
gonna tell
is
you, I
so
told
much
you
trash.
so.
I was telling this girl, you ever drive towards the cliff and know you know,
Look
if
at
you're
it,
you know you're about to fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna end. You know what I'm saying? And it's not
Right.
gonna be good. So
Yes.
it can only be for fun. That's about it. And when it's not fun, it's not worth it.
Right. And David says, "Are you sure that there were not more swingers than Polly?" I'm not sure where we were at that point. Variety is great. Yes, Caleb, variety is great. Yes, Polyrene is cool.
There was a question. I don't know if we answered it.
Okay, options are
Um,
limitless. Just have to get yourself out there. The picking or slim. Can people really fall in love in polygamy relationships? Absolutely.
duh.
Send me that
um,
info. Maritza, what are you talking about?
okay, wait. There was a question that went by like about 30 minutes ago. Let me see. Wait.
Okay.
David says, "What is y'all's type of poly pimps?" Question mark. Did
What
we
is
answer
yours?
that?
I am solo poly.
I am single poly. Does he,
Hmm?
David? Do you know what this means? So poly pimps. Yeah, I think you answered it. Solo poly is
Oh, for the people out there, solo poly is basically I am a free agent. I govern myself. I choose who I choose. Nobody has priority. I don't plan on having a nesting partner, which is I don't plan on living with anybody. I don't have plan for marriages as of now. Like I may wake up tomorrow and have an epiphany and say, "Well, I'll change my mind." But as of today, I don't want to live with anybody. I don't want to get married. Um, and I pretty much date who I date. I have casual relationships and I have um romantic relationships. I have different things in my life. I just go with the wind where the wind takes me. Pretty much that's it.
word.
Yeah.
So I'm more single poly than solo poly, and the difference is that single poly people are single based on the fact that they're not married. So there are some married poly people who are couples together and they have their other partners. And that is probably something, not necessarily the marriage part, but the coupling up. I think I do want a primary. Like that's probably something that I do desire. I've been thinking about how I want to live. I don't even know about the living in together. Like that's not necessarily a thing. I don't know yet. I'm not that far in the thought, but I could deal with a primary, um, non-hierarchical. For those who don't understand that, I think that's like a video we've done a couple times before.
They can go
Um,
back and watch our
but
previous
if you have
episode.
questions, feel free to ask. We'll answer them. But
Right.
definitely look at all our videos. We got hundreds of videos.
A lot.
Hundreds.
A lot of information out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Lots
And
of good
June said,
information. But yeah, so
potential.
we're the poly pimps, but we have different styles of polying.
Yes.
Um, and it's all good. You know, we could talk more about poly. We did a series on how to poly,
Yes.
and we can always revisit that because I know I have a mission to change the world into one polyamorous world,
Listen,
a
girl,
beautiful world full of love.
not everybody can be the same and should be the same. We gotta have variety in this world.
Yeah, yeah. I
This, but
like
also protection
I
is not
personally
100%
love poly
guaranteed.
people who are really poly. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I mean like I don't like the secret in the closet poly people.
Right.
You know, like
I
they're
mean,
like,
and I understand though, some people are not out for certain reasons, right? We are free and we can be out to the world and how we live.
I'm not as out as I used to be, only because, you know, professional stuff and you know, as soon as you say you're poly, the first thing people think of is they just like, oh, you're a freak.
Yeah.
That's exactly like their mind is like, oh, you're a freak.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, I just don't want to be viewed like that every time, maybe sometimes.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Think what you
You
think.
know, and it's like the thing about it is it's not true though. I'm not a freak. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Right.
not a
I'm
freak.
just gonna think of you as an idiot. That's all. I mean, whatever. If that's how you want to present yourself, then go for it, and let those words come out of your mouth. I
Right.
mean, that's pretty
By
much.
the way, Maritza, I posted progressiveloveacademy.com for you and anyone else. And also since we were talking about stdcheck.com, I posted that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You said, can people really fall in love in polygamous relationships? Well, first of all, what is this person's name? Makanda. I can't see.
Oh,
Makandal.
Makandal
Makan-
Megmawon. It's a Haitian.
It's a Haitian name.
Oh, yeah.
So you also first have to understand the difference between polygamy and polyamory. Two different things going on. Polygamy comes from a patriarchal setup where in most cases the man is the king of the castle.
The women are not allowed.
Yeah, the women are allowed to have other partners. They may fall in love, maybe not. Maybe it's just because he's taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? I can get with that. But polyamory is something different. And polyamory really should be about love. That's what the basis of polyamory is for. It's multiple loving relationships. That's what polyamory really is all about. So when you say, can people really fall in love in polyamorous relationships, which I'm changing your question, that is exactly why.
What it's about.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Maritza said, I just ordered the book. That's awesome, Maritza.
Oh my God. Now I'm going to order it tonight. I don't want to be out. I don't want to be out the loop.
Yeah.
So we're at the first hour.
All right. We're done. Don't say like we're going to stay here 2 hours, Sky.
No, I mean, I have homework.
Yeah, I got lots to do. I am tired.
But this was fun. I like the energy tonight.
Yes,
And
it was
thank
great.
you guys. Please subscribe to our channel, The Poly Pimps. We're on Instagram. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook,
YouTube.
Me Too. She has her own page, Me Too.
Poly Haitian.
Poly Haitian Hottie.
Yes, Poly Haitian. And then thank you, Dune, for coming through. Thank you for commenting. You have a great night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Yes, so in 2 weeks we will be back to have another great show. If you guys have questions that you want answered, if you want us to talk about a specific topic, we are open. Just message us in any of the platforms. Yes. And then we will make it happen, because that's why we're here. Because we are in it, right? Sometimes we don't think of the things that people may wonder and want to know. So if you want to, like, a specific topic talked about, just send us a message and then we'll address it. But until then, be good, protect yourselves, don't blame anybody for your mistakes. And we'll be pimping the poly out there. Doesn't take any energy.
We gotta come up. Hey, Me Too. You gotta come up with a song.
Oh my God.
You're the songstress. So you gotta come up with the poly pimp song, so we can, come out and be like, like a nice little Haitian rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
We can do that.
Come out like Fade to Black. You know what I'm saying? And we can just like dance.
All right, so any songwriters out there, if you hear this, contact me, because Sky wants a song for our show.
Yeah, we need to do it. I'll go in the recording studio with you, and we can come up with a little, just a little intro and outro.
Yes,
that would be like, we the Poly Pimps. I can do the rap. You know what I'm saying? I can freestyle. You know what I mean?
All right then.
And then you can do like the, stuff I say. We can just. That kind of thing.
We can definitely do that, Sky. We'll look into it. Thank you guys
Hello.
for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for your support.
Yeah,
We will
send those
see you.
checks, baby. Send those checks. Cash out.
We'll see you in 2 weeks on the 18th. All right. Have a good night.
All right. Peace out.